What's up, guys? So here are 13 signs you may have health anxiety. This is something that I had for about 4 years. From time to time, I still have to keep myself settled down and tell myself, I'm fine, or go to the doctor if you're worried, get your checkup done. But I could probably say that I'm 95 to 99% better than I used to be. This completely wreaked havoc on my life. I had panic attacks, had depression, developed social anxiety from this. It pretty much was this crazy obsession that I was dying, I was having some type of disease, and this was day in and day out. So here are 13 signs that I put together, things that I went through in a little list. So I'm going to start with number 1, and that's going to be Googling your symptoms. Do not, and I repeat, do not Google your symptoms. If you have watched my stuff before, I preach this. Every symptom that you have can be a symptom of cancer. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that. You look up chest pain and shortness of breath, or hyperventilation or nausea. They're gonna tell you that you're having a heart attack. These are signs of a heart attack. So that's what happened to me the first time. From day one, when I got this, I had a major panic attack, and I started looking up all my symptoms, and they were like the exact same thing as a heart attack. Convinced myself I was having that, drove me into further panic. This panic attack lasted for 6 hours. There were many times where I would literally have panic attacks after Googling my symptoms. I was convinced I had like 3 different cancers and heart disease at one time at the age of 21. Sounds crazy, but that was the way that I was thinking. I was obsessed, and I was looking up, anytime anything happened to me that was different, I would go to Google and look it up. Do not do it. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. Only a professional needs to see you. You can get your test done if you need to. Go do that, but you got to make sure that you trust the doctor after that. So number 1, do not Google your symptoms. Number 2 is going to be checking your heart rate or your pulse. During my 4 years, pretty much at any point of the day, you could go over there and look at me, and I was probably doing this. I would try to play it off sometimes like I'm chilling here, but no, these fingers right here are chilling right there. I'm sitting there counting the beats, estimating it. I got really good at it, actually. And my pulse rate was always over 100, even when I was resting, but that's just simply because I had tons of anxiety. I always had a little bit of adrenaline going through my body. That was that stress response. So my heart rate was always fast. So checking my pulse did no good for me. If anything, I would check my pulse, and then it would just get faster throughout the day because I worried each time I did it. So number 2, checking your heart rate or your pulse. All right, number 3 is checking your blood pressure. Guys, the best time to check your blood pressure is right when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to the doctor's office, maybe once, twice a day. But if it's going to worry you, just don't do it unless the doctor is giving you or telling you to go buy your own blood pressure cup and doing it yourself and recording it. But other than that, guys, if you have health anxiety or if you're worried about it, do not be doing this all day. First off, the best time is in the morning. That's when you're rested. You're going to get the most accurate reading. Anything can raise your blood pressure. Eating, exercise, alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, all that. And any type of stress. If you have stress, you're going to have higher blood pressure. So checking it all the time isn't going to do you any good. Also, if you check it all the time, you're not going to get accurate readings. So just the fact that your arm is being compressed, it takes a while for your arm to recover. So some of you guys are actually checking your blood pressure like 30 to 50 times a day, and I've actually been told this. That is way too much, and you are not getting accurate readings. You're going to get them all over the place, high and low. You're going to be confused. It's just not a good situation. So make sure you do it maybe once, twice a day if you feel like you have to, or if the doctor's ordering it. Best time is in the morning or late at night, whenever you're at the most rested state. That's the most accurate reading you're going to get. So that was number 3. Number 4 is asking others for reassurance. I would always sneakily try to sneak in my symptoms to my friends or my family and be like, yeah, I'm just really worried about it, I got this and got that and got this. I was always trying to have somebody tell me, you're okay. That was how it was in the beginning. Later on, it was just like, no, I'm not okay. I'm not. I swear to you, I have this disease. But it's like you want the reassurance, but at the same time, the reassurance isn't good enough for you. So seeking reassurance, what you really need to be doing is getting the reassurance from the doctor and then believing them and taking that and moving on with your life. So you're going to ask your friends, you're going to ask your family, but you got to realize that this is probably going to start getting under their skin, and then you're not going to get good reactions from them, and that's just going to make you feel like they don't care. Most people do not understand what it's like to have hypochondria or health anxiety, so They're not going to be 100% on the same page as you. So keep that in mind. You're going to be looking for reassurance. Number 5, thinking death is around the corner. I thought I was dying at every moment of the day. I always thought I was having a heart attack. I always thought I had cancer. I know what it's like actually to think that you're literally dying every day for years. Scary thing, wreaked havoc on me emotionally, mentally, physically. It was horrible. It took so much of my life away, and I wish I could get that back. But it made me stronger. It made me a better person today, so I really can't have any regrets on that. All right. So number 6, imagining symptoms. You can actually imagine things. All right, and I'm not talking about just like hallucinations, they're like physical symptoms. And I necessarily wouldn't call them imagining symptoms. I may have worded that weird, but you can actually, I mean, the symptoms, the pain and stuff that you're feeling is real, but you're actually magnifying that and amplifying it to a whole new level. So realize that you are focusing in. Anxiety is based, a lot of the pain-related symptoms, I did a video on this, I think yesterday, are related around muscle tension. So whenever you focus in on that stuff, guys, you're really gonna make that pain much, much worse. So these imagining symptoms, like I could get numbness in my left arm, and I thought I was having a heart attack. I was like, my chest is tight, and I have numbness. I'm focusing in on those areas because that's what I expect the symptoms to be. So keep that in mind, all right? You can actually make this stuff up. You can make pains up. You can make them worse. The whole deal. Your mind is so freaking powerful when it's operating on a subconscious level when it comes to this stuff, because health anxiety is driven by fear, and your subconscious is going to knock that up to the top. And that's what you're going to have to, that's why rewiring your brain is the best way to go. Okay, so imagining symptoms is number 6. Number 7 is having panic attacks. You're going to look up these symptoms, you're going to start thinking you have them, and then what do you know? You're breathing heavy. Some of you may just have an anxiety attack, which is just a more slighter version of a panic attack. It's not as sudden, you're just always stressed and you have these shallow breathing, your blood pressure and heart rate's up. Panic attack is bam, man, it hits you at once, especially if you have health anxiety over your heart. I always thought I was having heart attacks, so the minute I would feel any sensation here, send me right into a panic attack. These last anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes all the way to hours, okay? My first one was 6 hours. Whew, man, it was terrible. So panic attacks, that's something that people with health anxiety deal with. That was number 7. Number 8, sorry I'm looking up here, guys, this is my list. Having bouts of depression. Whenever you're going through this, especially like I did for years, you're gonna be down, you're gonna be in the dumps, you're gonna be thinking that your life is over, that you're never gonna get over this, when in fact there is light at the end of the tunnel, so keep that in mind. So that's just something that you're gonna be dealing with. So depression was definitely something that I had to go through. It didn't make anything easier. You have to start thinking positive. Negative thinking is only gonna hold you back. I know that's easier said than done, but you gotta understand that depression is some of the things you're gonna go through. All right, that's number 8. Number 9 is going to the doctor over and over. I went over and over. At first I was scared to go, but then whenever I got over that, I started going all the time. Doctor bills started adding up. It leads me to number 10, getting numerous tests done. All right, eventually, the first time I went, I got, we all get the EKGs and we're hooked up and we get our blood pressure, heart rate, and all our vitals checked. But then some of us want to get chest x-rays. Then we get the blood work, and then we want the CAT scan, then an MRI, and then we're wanting, I had somebody today, I'm not going to name them, but they were like, what other tests can I get? What other tests? I'm like, I don't know, but even if I knew, I probably wouldn't tell you because I don't think you need to be getting all these tests done. The doctors know 99% of the time, and 99% of the time is good, that you need a certain test, okay? Just take their word for it. They are professionals. We are not. What other choice do we have? Go get your doctor degree, if you want to be the doctor. So you gotta trust them, all right? So getting numerous tests, and that leads me to number 11. We do not want to trust our doctors. We'll go. We might feel good for 10 minutes, and I was guilty of this the first couple times. I was like, man, they had to miss something. And then I was good. They told me I'm fine, and I would breathe a sigh of relief. And then I'm at home, and then I feel another bit of pain. I'm like, man, they must have missed something because I'm still dealing with this. They cannot be right, because we don't want to accept that it's actually anxiety. You have to accept that it's anxiety, okay? And then move on from there. Start trusting your doctors, guys, and I promise you, things will get a lot better. It leads me to number 12, switching doctors constantly. A lot of people do this. They're going to their GP, then they want to get another opinion, then they want another opinion, they want another opinion. And eventually, you got what are the odds that 10 different doctors in different cities and areas and demographic regions are all telling you the same, and that they're all wrong and you're right? You gotta start putting two and two together. Jeez, I can't even talk. It's a long video, that's why. 13, being scared to exercise. This is my last one, but it was a big one. I was always scared I was going to drop dead, especially if you have health anxiety over your heart. It's like really freaking tough. And you want to exercise, you know, you want to be healthy and fit to beat your anxiety, but a lot of us are scared to do it. Guys, start out small. If you're really scared, that's what I started doing. I would just walk, and then I started jogging, and then I would do sprints, and I would start weightlifting, then I'd start doing all of them mixed up. Guys, just take your time if you think you need to take your time, but not doing any exercise at all is not going to help your case. I promise you, if you've been tested, you don't have any major heart issues, then you're okay to exercise. Trust me, guys. Trust me on that. So, guys, what you need to be doing, all right? First off, go get your checkup that you need. Get your reassurance. Trust the doctors. From there, you need to accept that you have anxiety, accept that you have health anxiety. Eat right. You're going to feel better, all right? It's going to help you with your brain chemistry. Exercise daily. It gives you feel-good endorphins, feel-good hormones. It's going to help you. I promise. Exercise and diet, to me, are better than antidepressants. Trust me on that. All right, I took antidepressants for 2 days, said no, I don't want to do this, beat it the natural way. Meditation, mornings and evenings, that's the time when you're closest to your subconscious, you're going to have the biggest effect on it. All right, morning and evening. Then you need to write in your journal. If you don't have one, go buy a notebook, or there's actual journals. Guys, you're not too good enough to do this. Do it. It works. Write down your feelings, what your future goals are, how your meditation went, what your exercise, what your diet was like. Write it all down. Write anything down. All right. Take your multivitamin. We need our nutrients. Vitamin B6, vitamin B12, they're good mood stabilizers. They're going to help you with depression and anxiety. So make sure you're taking those. What else can I tell you? Positive thinking is where it all starts, because, hey, you're not going to exercise or diet if you don't think positive and think it's going to work. So positive thinking, there are positive affirmation videos. There's meditation videos on YouTube. There's ASMR, which is sounds that can actually relax your body. Make sure that you're checking those out on YouTube. I'm going to do some of those in the future. Just give me some time on that to get those organized. And that's it, guys. If you're going through this, I'm sorry, but you got to keep fighting at it every day. It takes time, takes patience. There's no cure for this in a day. I promise you it's going to take a lot of time to rewire your brain. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell next to it so you can get updates whenever I have my videos. Like this video if you got some value. I hope you watched to the end. Leave me a comment if you watched to the end. And let me know, are these some of the signs that you're dealing with? I'm interested. Or if you just want to say hey, that's cool too. Also, join my Facebook group down below. It's for folks like you that are going through health anxiety, panic attacks, depression, stress, anxiety, all that good stuff. A lot of good guys in there that are going to help you out and support you. Thank you so freaking much. Also, I have some resources down there on beating health anxiety. So make sure you check those out in the description. I'll put that in the pinned comment too. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you have a great evening.